Hello, my friends. Welcome back. How are you? I hope doing okay. Let's go see what I've been up to today. Before we start, I'd like to share a little tip with you. I want to figure out how much resin I need for this stand right here. And it's too flimsy to hold up and pour the alcohol in and pour in my measuring cup. So I'm going to try to put it down in this bowl here and then take my alcohol, which I use 91%. You can use 99%, and I've seen people even use less than 91. I've never tried that, but it seems to work for some people. So I'm just going to squirt that alcohol down into my molds here until I get them filled. And it's okay if you over pour, because you should get in a good habit of having an extra mold sitting to the side for your extra resin, anyway. Okay, now I'm going to empty those out into my bowl there, then fold it up, and then that's easy to pour into my measuring cup. Now I know exactly how much I need for these two molds that make a stand. And some people don't like to use alcohol in their molds, and that's okay. We all like to do different things, but this is just for the people that do like to use alcohol in their molds. Okay, now we're going to be creating in this mold right here too, and then here's the two little molds that create a stand. And then I found these at my local Dollar General store, and I thought they were beautiful. They're window clings. And I think this Happy Thanksgiving might fit perfectly into this mold. And I don't think we're going to lose any pieces of the window cling. So I'm going to spray my mold with a little bit of alcohol. Then we're going to pour some resin down into it. I'm using Let's Resin epoxy, and I mixed up 80 mils. Because we already know that our stands are going to be using 60 milliliters, 30 for each one. So that leaves me a little extra to put down into my mold here. Okay, now we're going to take that window cling off. And then we're going to spray it with a little bit of alcohol, and that's to help with the bubbles. Then I'm going to place it face down into my mold, and then I'm going to take my little tool here, and I'm just going to push it down into the resin and try to get any of those air bubbles that are trapped underneath it out, because we know there's some underneath there. So hopefully we won't have any trapped there while it cures. How's everyone doing today? I hope everyone's doing okay. Okay, and when I get done with that, I need to make sure that I get my little window cling straight in there. I haven't done anything, Thanksgiving, so I thought I would go ahead and make something for Thanksgiving. I love to cook for Thanksgiving. I absolutely love it. And I cook a bunch of stuff. We've had this dressing recipe in my family for years. And everyone that tastes it says it is delicious. And I'm not bragging. That's the truth. Okay, I'm just stirring that glitter up into my cup here. And that's what we're going to put in our little molds to the left and the right that create a stand. I'm going to add a little bit more to my cup because I think it needs a little bit more glitter. You can never use too much glitter. And I'm using the brand Pop, and I get it from Joann's Fabric. It's one of my favorite gold glitters to use. I'm going to spray the little stand molds with some alcohol. And I'm going to go ahead and pour that resin into the mold. I did let it sit for 5 minutes and degas. And that's also a good habit to get into. Always let your resin rest and degas for 5 minutes before you pour it into your mold. Okay, I sprayed the other mold with some alcohol, and now I'm going to go ahead and pour that resin into this one. Okay, now I'm going to get a silicone tipped tool here, and I'm going to run along the edges of my mold, and if there's any bubbles there, maybe I will nudge them and get them to come to the top. Okay, now we're back, and this right here has cured. So now we're ready for the next step. I have 3 cups out here, and I've mixed up 80 mils of resin. We're going to put in these colors here, and I'm using the reddish gold. I'm going to say by CT because I can't pronounce that name. And then I'm using Super Copper by Pearl X. And the first mica powder is from that big, huge kit I showed you in my last video. But it does have a stamp on it that says CT. Then I'm using the dark titanium white, and that's by Master's Touch, and it's an acrylic paint. Now I'm going to get some resin here, and I'm going to drop just a little bit down into each cup and get those colors mixed up really well. Okay, I'm going to spray the mold with some alcohol. And now I'm going to grab one of those colors, and I'm just going to pour a little bit into the mold, grab another color, pour a little bit, and then grab the third color and pour a little bit. And that's going to lay down my base layer. Okay, now I'm just going to pretty much finish the colors off. Oops, I spilt some. Okay, now I'm going to use my heat gun, move those colors around a little bit, and pop any surface bubbles. Now I'm going to spray a little bit of alcohol, and then I'm going to top the mold off with just some clear epoxy. Okay, I think we have the mold filled. And I'm just cleaning the edge off there where I dropped some of the resin on the side. Then I'm going to take my little silicone tip tool here, and I'm just going to make a few swirls throughout the mold. And then get on out of there. I'm going to spray a little bit of alcohol, and then we're going to cover it and let it cure. Okay, we're back. It's time to demold. My favorite time. Okay. Oh, look at that glitter. Isn't that beautiful? And here's the other one. I'm going to take my deburring tool. I sped the video up a little bit here because I'm just getting off that extra resin on the edges there. And this tool right here is called a deburring tool. But I tell you, you really need to practice with it before you just take off with it, because you will take some hunks out of your resin. I have done that. But once you practice with it, then you're good to go. It's definitely a wonderful tool. Now let's put it together, and there it is. Now let's demold our little other piece here. Okay, now let's take a look at it. Oh, it turned out so cute. Look at that. And this is something just simple and cute that you can set around on the table for Thanksgiving. It's so precious. Doesn't take up much room at all. I brought you down, and let's take a look at it. It's missing something though, don't you think? Okay, I'm going to take my deburring tool, and I'm going to go around this piece too. We're just going to clean up those edges. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to take that apart, and I need to find something else for this. Okay, I found something to go on it, you guys. I found this cute little bird, and it's something that I've already casted. You know, it was in my little bucket, so it matched. So I thought, well, I think it will look really cute sitting up here perched on our piece. So I'm going to take my Let's Resin UV bonder here, and I'm going to clean off the top of it because it had, you know, just some gunk on there. And I'm going to drop a little bit on the piece there, and then take our bird here. And then I need to get it situated how I want it. So I'm just going to look at it where I want to put it, how I want to situate it on there. I think I like it pointing that way. So I'm going to take my UV light here and cure it up. Now I'm going to turn it around and do the same thing on the back. Okay, I think it's cured. Look at that. Isn't that cute? I think that is a nice addition to our piece here. What do you guys think? Do you think it's cute? I think it's lovely for Thanksgiving to sit on the table. I think I'm going to make a few of these. I also have a circular mold that's like this one too. Well, it's about that time, my friends, for a sweet goodbye, and I will see you tomorrow. God bless you. Goodbye, my friends.